Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd like to talk about the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom and give you my thoughts on it, my honest thoughts. And yeah, so I'm gonna get into it. So I've made so many changes to this book that and added so many things that I feel that I don't think it's worth it for me. I could have instead just made my own book and it would have worked out a bit better for me because the way things are laid out isn't always the way I would like to do them. So this page was actually blank. I wrote on the dead trackers. This is a free page from the Budget Mom um, website if you are signed up to her newsletter, and I used this a while ago to work out our starting balance, but I do prefer the sheets I made myself that I use on a monthly basis. It just lays out the debt by month. Every month I can do this. I can even do it weekly if I wanted to. So this works better for me than just having a sheet with a starting balance, percentage, interest rate. I didn't even bother completing it, and then the minimum payment. The one that's in the book itself is, let me show you. Okay, so those are my own pages I added. So I've added these debt trackers yesterday, and then the actual workbook starts over here with the financial plan and goal worksheet. I did take out all of these pages because I don't use most of the trackers in any case, but this goal worksheet is actually something I guess that some people would want to use and look back into it, but since I filled it out I haven't even looked at it. I've now been using this book since the beginning of March and I'm not very impressed. So this is all the memberships and subscriptions. Again, this is something I already had the monthly cost on because I don't have yearly subscriptions. I only have monthly ones, and honestly, I could have done without filling in this worksheet. Then the yearly saving goals and events. There's firstly not enough for all the things I want to save for, not enough spaces, and also I haven't looked back on this again since. This page where the yearly savings tracker is on, I haven't looked back on it either, and I don't think I will. It's probably one of the sheets I'll be taking out. There's a bunch that I want to take out. The other thing for me is the sinking fund saving visual. I don't find this very helpful because the blocks are too, I'd say, few, because some of my goals are about 20,000 and you only have 12 blocks. So I guess you should be coloring a block per month, but my goals are for more than a year, so I don't know if I did this wrong, but it's not something I'd use. I'd rather use one of her free trackers like this one that I use for my debt that I am currently working on, and this was actually free since I am subscribed to her newsletter. So I do think one can do everything you need to do without actually buying the book. The other thing is the yearly spending overview. So I've actually compiled my own sheet that I'm going to be doing on a monthly basis and then just transferring the totals into this one. Let me show you. So this is my week one. Sorry, our neighbor's dogs are barking. So this one I've done with each week separate, and then my monthly paycheck as a separate as well, because the book doesn't cater for that. It caters for either weekly or monthly, and I've just been filling this out with my weekly totals and then my monthly totals. I update every week with a erasable pen. Then the next thing we have is the yearly balance overview. So if you are in debt, I don't think your net worth will be in a positive. So we won't start really saving except for our emergency fund, which I'm not counting as savings because it's there for a purpose. And retirement we will be investing in once we are done with the debt, because the amount of interest you would earn on retirement and savings accounts would be less than what you could have saved in interest on debt. So since debt interest rates are higher, I am sorry for the dogs again. They just continue. They wake up our baby every night, and yeah, can't wait to move. So as I was saying, debt interest rates are much higher than what you can earn on savings and retirement if you invest only small amounts. So I will probably continue filling this out. This I've made into a, what do you call it? I've let the amount go down from 500 to 200, and I'm hoping we get to 200 by December. So this is going to go down much more gradual from here, because we paid off a massive amount last month, which is not going to be the normal amount. So this page is still blank. I haven't done anything here. Then the bill tracker, I actually don't prefer this. I have my own sheet once again that I use when I do my budget. You can see all of our expenses over here, and I highlight them as I put them into the budget. I haven't looked at the sheet. I've updated it, but only because I went through the pages, and most of these I will just continue marking it down. But I mean, I did it this evening. Actually, I updated it before making this video, but honestly I already had one that I was using before I got this book at the end of last month, and I don't know, it just feels not that I'm saying the book is bad. I'm saying it's not a good fit for me personally. For example, this page is completely useless to me because I don't have any medical debt at all. And then also thoughts and notes. I have my notebook for that and my diary, so I don't keep anything in here. Then the other thing is the January and February, I've moved to the back, so that's all in there. Okay, I'm just going to go to a blank month. Okay, so this is April's sheets. I will put holes on this side and then just make it open as a spread. So this calendar, I find it tedious to keep updated. I prefer just changing the number on my little paycheck sheet. My printer made a mess there. But anyway, on this sheet, I just prefer erasing the balance and putting in the new balance. If I spend 50 on food, I will take out or add the 50, and the next time I spend 50 again, I'll just take out the 50 and put in 100. So that's just the way I prefer to do it. I have noticed that I can't keep this calendar updated. What I have done for March is so, how would you say that, it is so all over the place and so many transactions missed that I can't deal with this page anymore, and it actually irritates me because it's not up to date and it's not accurate. So I'm just going to start taking these pages out, or maybe just writing my bills that I'm sure of on each day that it's due, and then just working from there. So then you get to these pages, and honestly they work fine, except that the bills for me has too many spaces where the sinking funds and extra debt, well, extra debt is fine. I am only focusing on one at a time, so that's fine. But sinking funds, I feel don't have enough spaces for me personally. So yeah, this page I don't use at all. I've actually taken them all out. Where are they for March? So they are all over here. I've taken them all out because this is just not necessary for me, because I don't go into the bank myself to get cash. I just withdraw it from the ATM, and then if I need change, I just go into a shop and buy something small and get my change that way. And it's usually things we need, like I will take a 200 rand note and buy milk, and then I still have 180 left, and we in any case needed the milk. So these pages I haven't used at all, not even once. I didn't even try. And yeah, then you get a few of those. This expense tracker, I've had one for cash and I have had one for bank, but I don't keep it updated once again, because every single sorry, I bumped the camera. So every single transaction that goes through my bank, I add onto the main page. And also every transaction where I spend cash, I take it off this main page. So it is basically not worth it for me to have these at all. And then the end of the month situation. So if I go to that page for this month, I did complete it. Well, not complete it, but I filled in everything that's happened so far. So I haven't filled in the interest rates yet because I haven't looked it up. To be honest, I'm waiting for the new statements to come, and then I'll do that. But these are all the minimum payments, the balance, the interest rate, and the order in which we're paying them off, which again, I prefer to use my own tracker for that. So this one that I've created for myself, where is it? So this one, I prefer using this because it gives me my starting balance, the payments I'm made on it, and the month-end balance, where this one doesn't actually give you a month-end balance at all. It gives you an overall month-end balance, but not one for every account separately. So extra debt payments, I very early on realized that I won't have enough spaces if I give each an line of its own. So I've added all my extra debt payments in one line, and then just said multiple for the date. The date doesn't matter in any case to me because it won't change anything. So our debt start and total from last month is in there, but I actually don't think I'll be using this. This tracker, there's no assets and it's just all the debt. So why would I want to write it here and on the previous page? I'm not gonna even waste my time to do this. Then the where did my money go? This, I'm not gonna fill it out. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the time to do this, and also I have no interest in doing this because there's no point to this, in my opinion, to me at least. I have nothing against the Budget Mom workbooks. I know some people find them very, very helpful, but to me, I started filling this out and then I just realized, listen here, why am I doing this? I'm just wasting my time for me because I don't need to know that or want to know that. Then this is again, where did my money go? Which I understand this is the debt and savings part and this is all the expenses. But also they are in categories because I can't fit all my things in here. So if I can't actually say this was for food, this was for that, then there's no point in filling this out because it's not actually going to tell me where my money went. I can rather use the sheet that I created. Where did I put it? So the new sheet I created for myself. So I could rather use this sheet which actually counts every individual item and gives me a total for that. So that's just the way I want to see it. I don't want to see them in categories. Even here it says categories, which I don't like that. I want to know specifically. So then we have a monthly spending comparison. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this. What I was thinking of doing is taking this and creating a sheet where I have each month on it as a total, where I can look at them and maybe highlight, say, June and July. In June I spent less, so July is more, and I mark that in red highlighter, or it's less, so we mark it in green, or it's exactly the same, so I mark it in yellow. But I don't think there's not enough space once again, so I'm just not going to fill it in where I can't have all of it, or I have to put it into categories once again. I am not a fan of the category situation. So these are free pages you can download off the Budget Mom website if you are subscribed to the newsletter. I use them for our weekly meal planning, but they are free. They aren't included in the book. And then we have the monthly meal plan, which comes with the book, but I stopped using that. It's not worth it to me. And then you have your tally slips. I don't go into the bank, as I said, so no point in even looking at that for me. So this was the April one. I just want to see if there's more things I took out. Okay, so that's the monthly tally slips. The thoughts and notes, I took that out as well. The monthly meal plan, I'm not doing that. So basically what I'm trying to say is all these things that I'm not going to do, it's a waste of my time. The only thing I'm actually using and consistently using are these pages. But even then, when I started out, I had my own pages that I created, and I'll show you now. I just want to get one of them. So these are my pages that I created, and they look very similar, but they do have more spaces, if you notice that, especially with the sinking funds. And I actually have considered maybe just creating my own and going back to that, because bills isn't something I pay in cash. This is actually my column I use for all my expenses going through my bank. So I was thinking of just perhaps creating my own. And it's sad that I wasted the amount of money that I did on this, but, well, not myself, but my partner when he bought this, and I thought it would be life-changing and it would work so great for us, where in fact I find myself going back to my own sheets instead, or creating my own sheets that's better for me, because it's just what works for me. This, okay, I feel like I should clarify that this is a rant for me, because I personally feel that this isn't working out for me, and I'm kind of upset because I was hoping it would, and I thought it would be the next greatest thing and it would make budgeting so much easier. But if I actually go through these pages and I look at them, they make me feel hopeless, because I honestly don't want to fill out things that doesn't give me a picture of what's going on. Where all of these with the categories, it's just too much for me, because I don't want to see things in categories. I should also clarify that I studied accounting when I was done with school, and I worked in an accounting firm as an accountant and auditor, so I do know how to do these things. It's just I thought this would be easier. I like taking shortcuts, and in the end of the day, you don't work in categories when you are doing accounting. That's where money gets lost and things get muddled and you don't see the clear picture, to me at least. So I prefer having my own sheets at this point, and I think I'm just going to make them prettier, because that's a very big thing for me, was these look so pretty. I want the pretty little book and everything's done for you, but in the end I'm actually making more work for myself by using this, because I keep printing other sheets and creating other sheets and doing things not in this book. And at the end of the day, I am making this into a much larger pile of paper, because I feel I have to make this work for me, where I think I should probably just stop it. Take out all of the papers, even these, and just replace them with the ones I need for myself. And maybe just start printing the ones I actually would use, instead of having these irritate me on a daily basis, if that makes sense. So there are things I would use if I don't feel like making them. This one I would replace with my own one. Also, the other one I would use is one of the free resources. This one that I did my meal plan on, and I would use this one for my debt. I would honestly maybe use a few of her free printables, but that's free. It wasn't included in the book, where all the debt trackers. I like those. I don't know if I'll use them all the time, but so I also created these for myself, where I have them in 100 increments, where every time I pay something off, I highlight them, and I highlight them by month. So March is orange, so I've marked some of the orange that I paid off this month. But this is fun for me to do because I like tracking it. I don't know, I like seeing what I'm doing. I don't like just having a number, but also I want specific numbers when I do have numbers. So I think that's maybe, I don't know if it's something with my mind or my brain or what's going on, but it's just something I prefer, I guess. I'm just paging through this and I don't know why, so I'm just going to close it. But yeah, I think I should probably just get myself a new file, start creating all the papers I actually use, putting them in order with a January and so on separator, and then just work from there. Because if I continue using this book, I'm going to get worked up every time I use it. It's not the perfect thing for me. By all means, it can be someone else's perfect thing, and it works great for them, and it's exactly what they need. But to me, it doesn't meet my needs personally, and I'm kind of upset because of the price. And I know it's not that much in other countries, but in South Africa, I could tell you that it's a lot of money. It's, some people get paid 250 a day. The book was about 600 rand. So if you compare it, that's about 3 days of, some people it's more, like 3 to 5 days of work for some people. And it's scary that I spent that on a book I'm not going to use in the end. I kind of feel upset, and I don't want to tell my partner that I'm not planning on using it, or even that I'm adding pages to it, because I don't feel it is exactly what I need, because I know how much money it was, and I know that it took a lot for him to get it for me, and it was a late Valentine's Day gift, because I didn't get a Valentine's Day gift and also anniversary gift, but it was basically what he thought he could get me that would still be helpful, because I told him I don't want any trinkets or little things that just laying around, and I don't want chocolates because I'm not a great fan of chocolates. So he thought, or he put thought into it, because he heard me mention this book. He saw this book when I showed him videos, and I think he maybe was just like, just get this woman her book and she'll stay out of my hair. But or stop showing it to me and hinting about it, because I told him I'd like it as a birthday or Christmas gift if that's what he can afford. And in the end, now I feel kind of bad, because it's something I really wanted. And I mean, he really did great with choosing it, because I kind of hinted, so I gave him the idea, but he still had the idea to just go and buy it for me as a surprise. And that was the sweetest thing to me, and I was so happy. But now I feel like the book itself ruined the gift for me, because it's not what I expected. And now I feel upset because he spent all this money on it and I'm not going to use it. I'm sorry for my rant. It feels like I was just ranting, and that's not my intention. I actually just wanted to give my honest opinion, because I know a lot of us think the same way I did, that you need the fancy things to create a budget, but you obviously don't, because look at me. There's a lot of free resources on the Budget Mom's website if you subscribe to the newsletter. And honestly, I think you could do your budget just as well by just using the free printables, and instead of spending a lot of money on something you don't need. She also has the pages separately that you can buy from her website. So if you just want a few pages, maybe build your own book, do like a Build-A-Bear but a Build-A-Book. And yeah, I think that's the best option. Just get the things you really want and build your own, because the whole thing, I don't think anyone uses all of the pages. Well, there might be a few, but I'm not one of them. I use maybe 1 or 2 pages that just repeats every month, but honestly I'd rather not have spent as much on it. Yeah, that's all I want to say. I'm gonna stop now. I mean no harm to anyone by saying what I said. I just wanted to give my honest opinion. So I hope you like this video. If you would like to follow along on our journey to paying off debt, it's just over $500,000 that we started on. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you have any opinions on this book. I don't know how common it is to have it or how many people use it, but if you maybe found that you love it, just let me know what you love about it. Maybe I'm using it wrong, I don't know. Maybe I can learn to love it. I will try my best, but if you have any opinions, let me know, and I would love to hear everyone's opinion, good or bad. That's just me. Okay, have a great day. Bye.